Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Talk Movies podcast. So, I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different this episode. Since I recently wrote and directed a short film or a comedy sketch, I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about that and the process that went behind it on this episode. I mean, after all, this is movies, so I just made a short movie. So, first, let's talk about it. So, the sketch is for a live comedy show here in Hollywood at the Improv. We debut it live during a stand-up comedy show. So the sketch is called Stakeout Gone Wrong. It stars myself, my good buddy Hoyt Richards, and my other good buddy and comedian Ben Morrison. Now first up is the writing process. Now since we don't have tons of money, we want to come up with a self-contained scene. Something where we don't have to go around in a million different places, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a stakeout scene? You're always seeing that on cop shows and in cop movies. And even more, if we're going to play cops, I was like, we have to get fake mustaches. So we went online and looked for some fake mustaches initially, and everything looked so fake. So I actually went to a professional costume shop here in Hollywood and got like $40 fake mustaches. Here's one of those right now. And, so when you're directing something, you got to think about things like that. What kind of mustaches are they going to be? So with the sketch, you really don't want a sketch to be more than 5 minutes. So 5 pages is what I went for out of the gate. Now, we don't have a cop car, and we don't have cop uniforms. And if we would have wanted that stuff, what would we need? We'd need a bigger budget, more money, because money makes the world go round. So for this, I had to write into the dialogue. I had to let the audience know why these cops aren't in a cop car and aren't in their cop uniforms. They're undercover, so you got to set the table. Now, this a short. Anytime I go to write a sketch, I like to have somewhat of a beginning, middle, and end. So it starts with the Spanish. It's gonna have a little more Spanish in the middle, and it's gonna end on the Spanish. You'll notice. Now, in any scene, you're supposed to have a situation or a circumstance. That's, I guess you could say, the ordinary. But then there's always got to be some sort of monkey wrench in there, some sort of weird or odd thing that just keeps getting more and more weird and more odd throughout the scenario. So in this situation, turns out we have somebody in the back seat, a meth dealer that they caught, who ends up really making this stakeout go wrong and distracting these guys from anything that they should be doing, which is focused on their mission. So the idea is to have this guy keep interrupting to the point where the stakeout goes wrong. So when you're writing, you don't have a lot of time. You only have 5 pages. So the goal is set the stage, introduce the oddity, and then just increase it into the very end. Try to have somewhat of a start, middle, and end if you can. And the more absurd, the better. When it came time to casting this, my friend Hoyt, every time I look at him, I'm like, you look like a CSI agent. So I thought he was perfect to play the older, wiser cop who's trying to get me to focus. And then my buddy Ben Morrison is a hilarious comedian. He actually runs the show at the Improv where we debut the material. So I do all of my sketches with him. And since he's got an eccentric, wild personality, he was perfect for the meth head guy. I love working with Ben. He's so funny. And I love working with Hoyt. He's so funny. And I just thought they were both great. They both improv'd, added some really funny lines like Ben with the Korean car line. And you put funny people together, good casting together. And then, so I storyboarded this out. A lot of times when you make things, you storyboard to really prepare and put on paper how you're visually seeing this. It also helps to communicate if you have a DP, a director of photography, or whoever's going to be doing the shooting. You as a director can say, here are all the shots that I'm thinking. You normally as a director make a shot list as well. But since I usually like to draw out my shots. So here's some of that storyboard. As you guys can see, I did this really quick. It's not like amazing artwork. It's just really fast doodles and sketches because you're getting the coverage out. Now with a scene like this, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to shoot your wide shot, which is as wide as you can get on the lens. I used a wide lens for this, a 24, because, we're pretty up close. The camera's on the dashboard. So you start with a wide. From that wide, I can punch in and get my singles. If you really should get true singles, but if you're pressed for time and you're an undermanned crew, if you have a really good camera like I do, the Sony FX3, you can just punch in and get your singles. And then, it's up to you if you want to shoot from behind and get, I knew I wanted that, especially, since we're only in one static location, the scene starts covered with mostly the wide shot and then a couple singles. And we don't really, first of all, you don't want to go to the behind shots of like myself and the other character looking from the front seat to the back. You really don't want to go to those shots until you first go and establish the single on the guy in the back. And then you can flip it around and go to his perspective. And it really puts you in there. Whenever you're filming a scene, you can film it one of two ways. One, like you're watching a play on a stage, and so you're seeing it, but then you can get into angles that more put you in it. So it's like you feel like you're in the back seat of that car. You've got your insert shots, which is, a close-up of the mustache, or a close-up of the handcuffs, or a close-up shot of the side view mirror. But so the scene's covered pretty standard. I put some side shots in there, side singles as well. Again, just to try to get different shots to give it a little variety, since we're mainly in this one location for this whole sketch. So, guys, I think that's been enough blabbing for me. Let's see what we created. Let's watch the sketch.
A sus amigos, el idioma es hermoso hablado.
Aprende español fácilmente con esta guía completa sobre el idioma y parmesanos. Ayudarlo.
Hey, will you keep your eyes peeled? I mean, these guys are supposed to hit this crack house within the hour.
If you don't mind me asking, sir, how do we know that information?
Do you ever listen to what Sarge says? We got a guy on the inside.
Guy on the inside? Kind of like in the movies, huh?
No, like in real life. And if you don't start taking it seriously, you're going to get us both killed. Like, could you at least maybe look in the side mirror and make sure no one's sneaking up on us? Be useful. Christ.
Why would somebody sneak up on us? I mean, we're not in our cop car. We're not in our cop uniforms.
Yeah, but these guys are organized criminals. They could smell a cop probably 100 yards away.
Well, maybe we should take off our sunglasses, huh? A little less like a cop now?
Oh, it is a little less coppy, I guess.
You think we should shave our mustaches? I feel like mustaches are dead giveaways for cops.
Are you kidding me? It took me 3 weeks to grow this in. I'm not taking this off. No way. My wife loves it.
Yeah, you look good, sir.
She says it tickles her thigh. It's a little bit like Magnum.
Would you two shut the fuck up? I'm trying to take a nap back here.
Scumbag! We're not the ones who decided to sell meth in the same corner where we're holding a stakeout.
Yeah, you forced our hand, bro.
Oh, come on. You know how embarrassing it is to be arrested and get thrown in the back of a fucking Kia? How many miles are on this bad boy anyway?
First of all, don't talk shit on my vehicle, all right? Only 13,000, 4-year lease, 2 years in. That's pretty good.
That's a problem there. You never want to go more than 2 years on a lease, else you risk being taken advantage of by the dealer.
I had another friend tell me that exact same thing.
Well, it sounds like that friend is looking out after your best interests. Or I should say, tu amiga está velando por tus mejores intereses.
Hey, you heard me practicing earlier. I'm going to Tulum in a month.
Oh, the beaches there are so gorgeous.
They're friendly people.
Oh, you two shut the fuck up. We're on a stakeout. Stay focused. We gotta be alert.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, if you guys uncuff me, I can help you guys out. I might sell meth, but I'm no thief.
We are not uncuffing you. Are you fucking tweakhead meth head?
That is learned behavior. That is the voice of a man who didn't get enough love from his dad.
Hey! You leave my father out of this. I miss him.
I feel like my father never really loved me.
It's been really hard for you and your family, huh?
It was.
Hey, but look at you now, buddy, huh? You're on the right side of the law, you got a great job, you got a Korean car. I'm sure your dad would be super proud of the man that I see sitting right in front of me.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Hey. Oh, we gotta see each other.
We are not uncuffing you.
Oh, come on, man! I'll suck your dick! I'll suck your dick!
Oh, shut up!
How about a timeshare on the beach in Miami?
Oh,
I'll
just-
throw in the dick sucking for free.
Stop it! Enough!
Please, please, just my shirt itches so bad. I just want to
I will come back there and
just
kick
want
your ass.
one
again.
They're leaving the building right now, sir!
When did they even leave? Get in the building, Jesus!
En fuego.
Sorry, they got away. I'm sorry. I know Jonesy got hit, but you know, good news is we got the meth dealer who's selling meth at the corner. So. Where is it?
Oy, que peña. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that sketch. As you can see, he distracts us. We miss the main mission, and then we come back and we let the meth head get away. So you probably don't want to hire us to be your undercover cops. But this was so much fun to make. It got a lot of laughs at the improv and was really just so much fun to wear the mustaches and even the glasses and just pretend to be a cop with my friends. But and then with the editing process, you want to keep your editing really tight, especially with comedy. You know, it's all about the reactions in comedy. Like, so for instance, it's funny when the older cop, you know, turns around and goes, "Hey, you know, don't you talk about my father." And it's funny when you cut to my reaction and I'm just kind of like all wide-eyed, like, oh boy. You know, comedy is always in the reaction. So anytime you have somebody saying something funny or kind of something ridiculous, that might be funny, but what's even funnier are people's reactions to things like that. So you always want to keep that in mind. Comedy's in the reaction. So when you edit, you want to make sure you get your reactions in there. And coverage-wise, you know, make sure you get enough coverage and interesting shots so that if you are in one location for an extended period of time, I would say 3 minutes or more, you know, you want to get a good amount of coverage so that it can stay interesting. Add a little accent music here and there. And, you know, hopefully just have fun and create your movie. All right, guys, I hope you liked Stakeout Gone Wrong, and thanks for watching this episode of Let's Talk Movies.